You are that.
All right, good Friday morning. Today is December 23rd, 2022, and this is your Friday safety meeting. My name is Dennis Davis, and I work in the safety department. And before we get started, just want to wish everyone a very Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. We're here this Friday. We'll be here next Friday, too, to greet you and give you information. But Merry Christmas to everybody. You know, we don't have a huge crowd here in Springfield, Missouri, but, you know, we do have a very special meeting for you this morning. But aside from that, we do this meeting every Friday morning, so welcome to you all. Breakfast is free, so our folks aren't feeding as many hungry trucking professionals, but there are a few, good group in here. So let's give those folks a round of applause. I saw our buddy John Blanchett over there. You know, his staff is extremely busy this time of year with all of the holiday functions going on around Prime and in Springfield, as well as some other special occasions going on. So thank you guys for being here with us. If you guys ever have any questions, comments, or concerns, don't hesitate to stop by the safety department. We don't ever promise to have all the answers, but we can find somebody smart enough and educated enough underneath this building to get you the answers that you need. We are live on Facebook. We are live on YouTube. We are live on LinkedIn. So welcome everybody that's watching. Please click like and subscribe so you can get notifications whenever we post content or go live with one of these meetings or with something else that we've got coming on here in the future. We're also simulcasting live at all three of our locations. We're in Springfield, but we're also in Salt Lake City in Utah and in Pittston, Pennsylvania. So let's go east first. Who do we have? I think we got our good friend Rick Edford. Good morning, Rick. Merry Christmas to you.
Was that too much?
Man, I was excited for a minute. I was like, wow, they got people in Pittston. No, they don't. Got you. I think there's Lisa over there and a couple of our other friends. Good morning, Rick.
Good morning. You know, we got a couple of our associates here that wanted to come in, brave the weather, and have some breakfast.
Absolutely. I'm pretty sure we've got a couple of folks over there in line, maybe. But Merry Christmas to you guys. Anything special going on there? I'm sure folks are kind of trying to get home or either going to be out on the road trying to run.
You know, everybody's there. They want to be out on the road. They want to make some money, and more power to them. That's what we need them to do. And it's going to be a good day, good weekend, and good first of the year.
Absolutely. I think we already had our Pittston party. Yeah, so that was a couple of weeks ago. Kind of got myself off track a little bit. So to all the associates there, very Merry Christmas. I know, and I can't remember the exact date, but I think that our TRL transition, that anniversary was this month. So it's great to have you guys aboard. I know that you and your buddy Lisa over there to your right are came in with that transition. So we're glad to have you here. We appreciate you. Merry Christmas. If anybody there has a question, comment, concern, don't hesitate to jump on the microphone.
Hey, thank you. And that day was December 3rd, 2007.
Man, that's almost 20 years ago. Jeez, makes me feel old. I was there. But thank you so much.
We appreciate you guys, and thanks for having us.
All right. Hey, we'll probably come back to you. Don't go too far. All right, let's go west. Who do we got? I'm pretty sure we got Troy live and ready to go. What's up?
Wish you, man. Come on. We wish you a Merry Christmas. We wish you a Merry Christmas. We wish you a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. Woo! Good morning.
Good morning and Merry Christmas to you, Troy. You and a few of your tone-deaf friends are joining us this morning.
Yeah, buddy.
Good to have you. Looks like you got a few folks there with you.
Yeah, it's early here, man. We can't get our voice, our vocal cords woke up yet. But we are awake and live and happy to be here in Salt Lake City.
Well, that's fantastic. We always talk about the weather in Salt Lake City. Here in Springfield, the wind chill is minus 27 today. We got about 3 dustings of snow, but it's the cold that really has got us taking refuge here in the Midwest. What about you guys out west?
Yeah, we're a balmy 22 degrees out here, man. I'm sorry for you guys.
Man, it's summertime out there, right?
Yeah, it's beautiful, man. It's actually the sun's gonna come out. We're not gonna get any snow for a few days, so we got snow on the ground. It's gonna be beautiful for for Christmas Day. That'd be beautiful out here. So
All right. Hey, I know you sung, well, at least tried to sing, a little bit of a rendition with "We Wish You a Merry Christmas." What's your favorite Christmas carol? Here, real quick. I'm not asking you to sing it. I'm just asking you what it is.
wow. Feliz Navidad. How's that?
Oh, I love it. Feliz Navidad. Good job. Good job. So
Feliz Navidad.
again. So hey, Feliz Navidad to you and all your friends there in Salt Lake City. We're going to probably come to you guys a little bit later. We got our buddy Tyler Patrick that's going to give us some information. But until then, Merry Christmas to you. If you guys have any questions, comments, or concerns, don't hesitate to jump on the microphone.
Thank you. Merry Christmas.
All right, appreciate it. Hey, right back here to Springfield, Missouri. Good morning, everybody. How you doing? All right. We don't have a large crowd because most of our folks are going to be, heading home for the holidays or out running. But for the folks that are here, I want to say welcome home. We probably don't have a ton of new people, but maybe we have one or two. Do we have any new folks or any of our terminals? Salt Lake, Pittston, Springfield, stand up. Let us give you an opportunity. There you go. All right. We got one new person here. You done messed up, right? I'm going to call you up here a little bit later on. So, all right. Well, good deal. Good deal. So, and of course, again, to all of our veterans, welcome home. We appreciate having you here. If you're here, that means you're probably not at home. But, we appreciate you staying out, running, making sure that our shelves are full all across the country with food and all types of goodies. So thank you for everything that you do, and happy holidays to you. I'm not doing this by myself. I've got special guest with me here this morning, Steve Field, our Director of Safety. Good morning, sir.
Morning, Dennis. How are you?
Doing fantastic.
Good. I'd like to extend my welcome to everyone. It is cold out here, but we made it in to have this meeting. As Dennis said, we have them 52 weeks a year. So, thank you for being here. It's kind of a special day for one associate today. And I'll tell you, that associate here is my good friend, Dennis Davis. And the reason it's a special day is because at 5 o'clock today, Dennis takes over the helm at safety, and he's going to need all your help, all your support. He's got a great team. He's got Dave White, he's got John Harden, he's got Bill Sprague, Pam Linhart, Jamie Miller, Rick Iffert, Shelly Scarantino. We've got a good team in safety, and it certainly has been my privilege to work in the safety department my whole time here at Prime in safety and in the log department. But I'm going to ask that you continue to do what you do and give Dennis that full support that you always gave me. I know how difficult it is out there. We're feeling a little bit of what you feel every winter today as we struggle with the cold temperatures and the snow out there. And I think it just reminds us of what you deal with out there on the roads every single winter. In Wyoming today, they're probably saying, what's the big deal, Springfield? We see blowing snow from November to April every year. It's not that big a deal, but it is a big deal for us office folks. And it just reminds us of what you do out there. And, just kind of leave, with kind of what's always been my thought process for driving. And that is watch your speed. When we look at accidents that occur in the winter, we can usually narrow it down to speed. Not always, but please watch your speed out there. It's not a race. It's not a competition to get to the receiver. It's just be safe out there. Watch that following distance and don't be distracted in the cab. We put all that together. We got a pretty good combination. We've got a great, great team here. Prime is the premier truckload carrier in the country, bar none. It's an honor to be able to work here. I hope you all feel the same way, and I hope you give Dennis the full support that he's going to need. That's all I got.
All right. Well, I appreciate it. They've got 25 years to beat me up or so. We're going to have a little bit of fun with you. For you guys that don't know Steve Field, he doesn't want any fanfare. He wants to just leave here with anybody not saying anything, but I guarantee you that's not going to be the case this morning. So we're going to have a very fun meeting, but we're here to take care of business. Let's talk some safety numbers here real quick. Inspections this week had a total of 170 inspections, 114 clean. That's a pretty solid week, 67% on the inspections. Give yourself a round of applause. It's a fantastic deal. Steve talked about, taking over some of the responsibilities. Steve, for I don't even know how many years, have looked at basically every single inspection. We give those big numbers out every week. Steve has looked at every single one of them every single week, and just to be able to get that feedback from him and, you guys, I looked at a few of them this week. We had a few seatbelts. That's a little bit disappointing. So, it's important that we, strap it on correctly. Let's not have it under that left arm or whatever the case may be. If it's causing you some discomfort or whatever the challenge is, we can get that taken care of for you. But, every single day we need your best work. No matter if you've been here 10 minutes or 10 years, we need your very best work. Today, I'm not going to have an accident. Today, I'm going to be 100% focused. Every single lane change, every single time I merge onto the interstate, every time I try to get off, I'm not going to be going too fast. That's what we want out of you every single day. Because no matter how long you've been here, one mistake could have you on your side in a ditch or potentially hurting yourself or someone else. And that's not what we want. That's not who we are as a company. And of course, our standards are extremely high and our expectations of you as professionals are extremely high. So, before we let Steve get off the microphone, does anyone have any questions for him before he goes? This is your last chance. I know we got a small crowd. One last chance. Going once, going twice.
I made it.
Well, you didn't.
Ken.
Let's get on the microphone, Ken. Go ahead.
What you gonna do when you retire? Sit on your butt or what?
I'm going to sit on my butt where it's warm. I am not going to be cold again, Ken.
Don't worry.
Ken and I were practically neighbors. I just learned it this morning. He lives in Elgin, South Carolina, and I lived in Lugoff. And man, we're practically neighbors.
It's
Probably
a small world, isn't it?
small world.
I can believe it now.
Oh, I'm sure it's grown. I'm sure it's grown.
Hey, since we got a few extra minutes this morning, it's always a good opportunity to get our new folks up here. You thought I forgot about you. Come on up here. Come on up here and grab the microphone. Hey, good morning.
Good morning.
Hey, I'm Dennis Davis.
I'm Elantra.
What's your name?
Elantra.
Elantra?
Yeah.
Elantra, where you from?
I'm from Alabama.
Where you from?
Alabama.
You're not from around here, are you? I can hear it in your voice. Well, good deal. Hey, me and Steve got this running joke that every time he brings somebody up here, they're like the greatest human being on earth. They, every time I bring somebody up, they just got in trouble at the hotel. I seem to pick them pretty good, but I think I got a winner this time, right?
Yes.
Elantra? What is it?
A winner?
No, your name.
Oh, Elantra.
Elantra? Okay. All right.
Sorry.
No problem. You look nervous?
Yes.
Me too. It's not easy to get up in front of all these people and talk, is it? All right, so we're from Alabama, and you decided to come to Prime and try out this trucking thing, right?
Yes.
All right. Now, what did you do before you decided
I
that?
was a restaurant manager.
Restaurant manager? All
Yes.
right. All right. Well, that's good. I like restaurant managers because I like restaurants. But, part of being a restaurant manager is customer service, right?
Yes.
That white glove service. When I come into your restaurant, you want to make me feel welcome, make me feel at home, right?
That's true.
Well, we tried that same thing here at Prime. We want to, on a couple different fronts, first and foremost, to you. The most important person to work here is, of course, the driver. Steve and I, we sit behind a desk. We complain because there's a breeze at our desk, but we don't have to be out there doing what you do. So, one, we appreciate you doing that. But two, we want to make sure that we give you the white glove service. So as you're coming in here and doing your onboarding, tell me just real quick, have we been giving you that white glove service, making sure that you got everything you need?
I have a team that also take the time to help train me too. So
All
I've been
right.
good around.
Well, good deal. So, hey, let's talk about what's going on out there for just a second. It's December. It's 27 degrees below zero here. We're fretting, but I'm sure you Alabama folks are thinking, what the heck is going on?
Yeah, we don't get snow.
All right, you ever driven in snow before?
I've driven in snow, but that was when I was like in Atlanta or something, but this is snow.
Ain't no snow in Atlanta either.
Yes, it is a little black ice,
little
but
dust
that's
on the road. They shut the whole city down.
Well, that's true.
Okay, so as you go through this process, you may be thinking to yourself, "This is the worst time to start learning how to drive a truck."
Well, I kind of wanted to start in the winter, which is kind of opposite of most people, but I want to learn so I can obtain the knowledge so I can use it for next winter. So,
Man, you must have been doing some research and watching some of these meetings. That's
Yeah.
exactly what I was going
I
to
watched a
say.
lot of the videos and asked a lot of questions before I started. So,
All right, so have you ever seen one of these safety meetings before?
no, this is my first one.
All right, and you're in it, so you're going to go back and watch it later on.
Oh God, yes.
There's millions of people watching, so don't be nervous, okay?
Okay.
All right, but one of the things we want to tell you, like you just said, this is probably the best time to get into the industry that you learn that, not everything is going to be like it was in Alabama and in the South. There's going to be some times where there's going to be some inclement weather. All right.
Well,
And
that's a good challenge, though.
well, it could be, but here's what I'm going to tell you. The good thing about, especially with all the technology that we have today, most of the places that experience this type of weather, they're pretty good at, if you just give them a little bit of time of deploying their plows, allow them to treat their roads, let Mother Nature, the sun is starting to come out, take its effect, and even let, a little bit of traffic get on those roads. The conditions are going to be drastically different than what they are in the belly of a storm. So probably about yesterday here on I-44, had some challenges out. There was a couple different deals here just east of Springfield. Man, I just wish some of those trucks, and they weren't prime trucks, by the way, but I just wish some of those drivers would have just held on just a few more hours to allow the state of Missouri to kind of get their deal going on, let things change, maybe even a full 10-hour break at the most, and it's going to be drastically different than what they would have experienced yesterday at about 3 o'clock. So I just want you to keep that in mind. The first thing I want you to consider in inclement weather is maybe we should hold off. Maybe we shouldn't drive right now, because at the end of the day, there's no reward when you try to operate in the belly of a storm. There's only risk. And there's not going to be a trophy when you get there to the customer. Heck, the customer may not even be there. May have sent their folks home. There's no extra pay involved. There's only risk. So keep that in mind. I know you're going to go through a training process, and you're going to have a fleet manager that's going to give you some good coaching, but I just want you to kind of keep those things in mind. All right.
Thank you.
All right. So I appreciate you letting me pick on you today.
Yeah.
All right. So everybody give her a round of applause. I'm looking around the room. It shouldn't be hard to find people because there's only 8 people here. All right, so everybody wants to hear the updates on the diesel fuel, and we've got is really establishing himself as probably one of the industry's experts on some good data analysis when it comes to not only just information about inventory levels, but what we can do as a company and what you can do as individual drivers, lease operators for fuel economy. So this is Sam Messick. He works in our accounting department, but he wears a couple different hats. So tell us first, what's your favorite Christmas carol? Don't sing it.
Yeah. Maybe Silent Night.
Silent Night. That's my favorite too. So give us what you got this morning. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Dennis. So obviously, just a quick update on diesel supply. It's good right now. We'll continue to be good into the new year. Pricing looks like it's going to be pretty decent too. Coming into the new year, but really just wanted to give you all a couple of quick updates on things to keep in mind here as we get into the Christmas holiday. And obviously, Merry Christmas to everybody, but really make sure on the wash side of the business, we have a lot of wash locations, right, that go to limited hours or are closed over the holiday. So just make sure. It's impossible for us to know, so many of these wash locations are independently owned and operated. So there's hundreds of people that we're in contact with, managing all of these different locations. So we can't get all of their hours from them over the holidays. It's just going to be a really good habit to get into over the next 2 weeks, to go on ahead and call in advance before you go to a wash location to make sure that they're open, make sure that they can take care of you, especially in cold weather like this in places like Missouri that it's a little bit unexpected. Make sure that you're calling in advance and making sure that it's not too cold for them to operate. Just keep you from, having to drive 50 miles and get surprised when you get there and they can't even service your unit. Also, make sure over the holidays here, if you're going home, whether for Christmas this weekend or next weekend for New Year's, make sure if you're going to park your truck at a truck stop, if you're bobtail even, make sure, obviously you need to be communicating wherever you're putting your vehicle with your fleet manager and things. But if you are going to a truck stop to park for an extended period of time, even if you've paid for a reserved parking spot, all of our fuel vendors have reached out to us this year because they've had a lot of problems with this in the past year or two. Make sure that you're communicating with the fuel or with the truck stop manager to let them know that you're going to be parking at their facility for more than 24 hours. If you don't, I can promise you there's a pretty good chance you're going to get towed. And obviously we don't want that to happen to anybody. It's not a very fun way to come back out onto the road at the end of the holiday to come back and your truck's not there. So make sure you're communicating, just protect your unit and Prime's assets as well. Last thing, obviously it's frigid cold outside. Make sure that you're properly treating your fuel. I can promise you the truck stops in the South are not treating fuel appropriately for conditions outside like we're in today. So if you're heading back out on the road today, make sure you get some Penray additive from the plaza down here. It's very affordable. It's very effective. If you use our Penray additive that we sell down here in the plaza, one bottle treats 250 gallons and it treats it down to about -20 degrees Fahrenheit cold filter plug point. So down to about -20 degrees. If you're treating it with the stuff that we sell, you should be okay at just a single treat rate. If you're buying our terminal fuel's already treated somewhere down between -10 and -15 degrees. So there shouldn't really need to be additional additive put into it in most situations. So just a couple general reminders for the winter season. And I'll just real quickly mention, congrats, Steve, on a great career at Prime. And Steve's he's a very dear friend of mine. Steve has taken a ton of time. You know, this is just a little personal note, but I came to Prime 8 years ago from Alberta, Canada. You know, I didn't know anybody in the area except my wife, I feel like. But Steve was one person that always took the time to talk to me and he got to know me very personally and stuff. Very much culturally, who Prime is who Steve Field is. So Steve, congratulations and many thanks for a great career. But otherwise, that's all I had today, apart from any questions that you all had. Yeah, right here. Oh, all right. Well, I'm out of here then. Any fuel questions? Any fuel questions? Or otherwise, I'll let Steve take this one.
Yeah, so I've been with Prime just a little bit less than 2 years, and I gather you've been here quite a while, and you have a lot of experience. My question is, if you could only give us newbies one key piece of advice to be successful in Prime with a long career. For me personally, I think it's probably one of the best decisions I've made. But going forward, I want to know from you, what's the one key thing that'll take me where you've been in Prime?
Well, that's a good question. Now, we're looking at it from a driver perspective or a human perspective, or and only get one answer, right?
I'll give you two.
Okay. You know what? I'm gonna punt on this, and I'm gonna refer to something that we always use at Prime. You've probably heard this, and it's just 3 points. And I'll tell you, when you look at you're facing a problem, if you just remember, do your best. Do what's right. And that one's got some flexibility in it, but do what's right. And I'll tell you at Prime, you know, maybe we don't normally do this, but in this case, this is the right thing to do. So do what's right and treat others the way you want to be treated. So give me 3, okay? Because it's a fair question, and I think it's a great question, and I think it really reflects what our culture is here. Down to 3 points. Do what's right, do your best, and treat others the way you want to be treated. You do that, anyone does that, you'll be successful. I guarantee it. But thanks for the question. Appreciate it.
All right, we appreciate it. They won't let you get out of here, will they?
Yeah.
All right.
Tell you what, Dennis, I'm going to add on to that because Steve and I, we've been friends for 21 years here. And I call him a friend because when I started here, I took over his position 21 years ago. And, we've done a lot of stuff outside of Prime. Steve and I have. We went to baseball games, went to Springfield Cardinals games. When he had season tickets, I got like a quarter season ticket. My wife let me, so I could go hang out with him and Noy and all that at the ball games. And, one thing I would say about Prime, about making it to where Steve's making it, is perseverance. You're working for the best trucking company in the United States. Yes, you'll get opportunities to go to other trucking companies, especially if you have safe driving record. There's people out there that want you. There's no doubt, because what you learn here is the best. And you go there and, they're expecting, if you could drive for Prime and you can make it through all these winters and all these weather conditions, you can drive for us, definitely. But the way you get treated, and this is what I talk to drivers who've left and come back, and the same thing for in-house people too. It goes the same way. We get calls from headhunters and stuff. I'm not going to sugarcoat it or anything. People want us to come. Hey, we got an opportunity here in the Southeast. You guys want to move to Florida, move your family down there. Weather's nicer than spring. Hey, that happens, and it happens especially the further up you go and the longer you stay here at Prime. But ultimately, we got one owner here sitting right over here this morning. He didn't have to come in. It's 6 below zero outside, but yeah, he's here joining us for this meeting. We got Steve Woodkey over here, another 40-year veteran. He's persevered too. This place is just different. There's no doubt about it. We're a family. Outside of Prime, Steve knows my family. I know Noy really well. I plan on going to Thailand. That's where he's retiring to. I'd love to go over there next couple of years and visit him. I know it's expensive, but he'd be the guy I'd want to go hang out with, because he could show me places and do things. And, it's just what it is. It's a family atmosphere here, and you're not going to get that at other carriers. I got a buddy that works for Walmart. I drove here over 10 years and went to Walmart, works out of Ohio. He goes, man, Prime has everything over Walmart. Yeah, I may get paid a little more money, get home more often, because what you guys do for your atmosphere, for your drivers, your cookouts, your family things. This has it. And so there's some years you're not going to do as well, maybe financially here. And other years you do better. And that's kind of the way it works out here. Same thing for in-house folks too, as well. One thing, you'll hear Robert and Steve say, we're big in this industry, but the industry's still bigger than us. And so there's times, maybe right now freight's getting a little bit tighter. We hear that, and we'll listen to Mr. Steve Woodkey over here, and he'll tell us. But there's going to become a good time again, just like it was a year ago, where we're rocking and rolling and hauling all kinds of freight, making all kinds of money. And there's other times, like we're running into here, maybe it gets a little bit tighter, and we have to watch what we're doing, watch our fuel economy and all that stuff, so you all can make more money too, and you can continue to be successful out there. And this company is just different. There's no doubt. And that's why I love it here. And many of us, we've been here, 15, 20 plus years. Dennis is in the same boat, 20 plus years. And John Harden back there. It's, a lot of the management team. Robert hires some smart people here, and that's the reason why. And that's why it's fun to be here. It's just a fun atmosphere. My kids tell me, and I don't mean to keep rambling on, but my kids tell me, Dad, you spend more time at Prime than you do with us at home. And they're right. That's the sad part. They are. But, it's just what it is. It's, I love trucking. I love this atmosphere. And they're able to have opportunities at home because of what I've done here and because of Prime. And hopefully you all see the same thing driving here, the support you get. And hopefully you feel the love, too, because that's what we want. We're one big family here, and that's what it's about. So I didn't mean to slam any trucking companies out there, Dennis. I probably shouldn't have said the W word, because I do like Walmart. I buy a lot of stuff there. We buy a lot of groceries there.
As long as you continue to spend your money there, they'll be okay with you. But really what Dave is describing is the culture. Yep. Really what it comes down to is the culture of this company. We don't ever pretend to be a perfect trucking company. We understand that you guys aren't going to be perfect truck drivers. But if you get ingrained in the culture, it'll be okay. So, let me tell you something else about the culture, that I know that Steve is going to miss every single day. We've got a few little kids that come by, and I'm going to ask Haley to come on up. And, Haley's little girl comes by the safety department, Goldie, every single morning. Some mornings she's in a good mood. Some mornings she's not. But, she's always looking for Mr. Steve. And I'm sure Steve is probably going to miss that. But this is Haley Gibbons. She works in our leasing department. She's typically one of our most popular speakers. The folks online love it when Haley's here.
That's very nice.
We absolutely love her energy. When she comes to the meeting, she slams a couple coffees and she's ready to go. So
I missed that this morning. I was running a little late.
All right. So good morning, and tell us,
good morning.
What's your favorite Christmas carol?
Oh,
Quickly, we don't have a lot of time.
Probably a good Mariah Carey, All I Want for Christmas Is You. I'm a 90s baby, duh.
You know who she was talking about, right?
You.
Absolutely.
Hello.
Good morning. All
Good
right.
morning. Hello, my name is Haley. I work in the leasing department. First of all, Merry Christmas. Thank you all for everything you do. I know you have a lot of sacrifices out there on the road. It is freezing here today, so let's all just stay warm. Quickly, I just have a few little things. One, we talk about the lease purchase program a lot up here, but I also wanted to remind you guys that you can order a standard lease truck as well. It doesn't have to just be a lease purchase. So if you're not ready to take the plunge and do a lease purchase, that's totally fine. Our standard lease program is a wonderful program. That's what we started out with. So we want you guys to do that. We encourage you to do that. That's kind of our roots of Success Leasing is our standard lease program. So after you've been leasing for 3 months, you can order a truck. You don't have to put any money down. You can pick your color. You can pick Freightliner, Peterbilt. You can get some extras on that truck if you'd like to. A little side note, if you have been leasing for a year, we will divide those extras, depending on the amount and your dispatcher's approval, over 10 weeks. So if you have $500 in extras and you want us to divide it in your settlement over 10 weeks, we're happy to do so. So take advantage of that, guys. We really want you to take ownership and love your truck and pick your color and pick your graphics. It's yours. Make it yours. Make it your home. Another quick thing I just wanted to reiterate is our new warranty program. So we have changed that, made it incredible for all of our operators. So it is now 90 days. So if you get into a pre-leased truck, you will have 90 days Success Leasing warranty. That is phenomenal. That means you can get out on the road and you don't have to worry. You know that Success Leasing has your back. Anything that goes on in that first 90 days, we've got you. We've got you covered, okay? We are always here for you throughout your entire lease. Please know that. Please know you can call in, you can come by, you can talk to us. But do remember that first 90 days, that gives you the peace of mind that your PMs are going to be taken care of. Anything that happens will be taken care of. Also, please don't forget retention and rewards, okay? So if you are in between leases, you are going home, you turned your truck in, whether it's end of lease or you are just walking away from that for now, you have an ordered truck coming in, whatever. Guys, you have 59 days, okay? Not 60, 59 days in between leases. That means you need a contract signed within 59 days. So please, we are here to work with you, but please don't show up on the 59th day because there are times that it's very hard to get trucks, okay? We do not want you to lose your retention and rewards. There's so much that goes on off of that, your longevity and your benefits. So please remember that, that you have 59 days to get into a lease. And I think that's about all I have today. I did want to say, Steve, you are wonderful. It has been a pleasure to know you. It is so sweet every morning you coming over. It doesn't matter if it's first thing in the morning. I mean, 6 a.m. I'm not here that often, very early, but if I am, Steve is here and he makes a point to come over. Goldie normally comes in her pajamas that early and he'll come over and hold her real quick and say hi to Goldie. That's my 2-year-old. And then, he just is the kindest, most sweetest soul. So we are going to miss you. I'm going to miss you every morning. And I know Goldie is as well. I'm going to go get her out of that daycare later to give you one last hug. But thank you for everything. Merry Christmas, everyone.
All right. Thank you, Haley, so much, appreciate you, bringing the kids in and being part of that culture. I just remember my kid, he's a big old smelly, 11-year-old now. But, when my kid was
Like his
small, yeah, like his dad, but going by, giving other guys fist bumps and high fives. This is the culture. It is the culture. So I also remember back when I was a fleet manager, I had the very best road assist person that there ever was, ever will be. But the problem with having the best, they always promote them to do something else and take them away from you.
Then you have to train the next one, right?
Yeah, well, they had to train me because I don't know anything about maintenance.
There you go. I hear you.
But my road assist guy was Tyler Patrick. He's now out in Salt Lake City running the place. He's gonna, I think, Messick kind of stole a little bit of your thunder, Tyler. by talking about treating the fuel, but it's okay. That's good. It doesn't hurt for us to hear it one more time. So good morning, Tyler. And before you get started, tell me what your favorite Christmas carol is.
Oh, good morning, guys. So I'll just jump out here. Favorite Christmas carol would be "I Want a Hippopotamus for Christmas." All right. So there we go. Good morning, everyone. Thank you for having me. My name is Tyler Patrick. I'm from the maintenance department. I'm out here in Salt Lake City. So just wanted to talk a little bit. Sam stole a lot of my thunder about the fuel thing. That's a pretty popular topic this time of year. But another thing I want to talk about that's just equally as important, I think, is this comes down to a safety thing in the winter. So we've got this big storm moving from up north coming down, really affecting the Midwest. A lot of ice, a lot of snow. One of the big issues, and we saw a case of this just the other week, hooking up to your trailer, we want to make sure that fifth wheel is nice and clean. We don't want snow accumulation sitting on the fifth wheel plate. We don't want ice or snow or anything built up in the jaw of the fifth wheel. What will happen is you go to attach to that fifth wheel, we've got a gap in there. It's not getting all the way locked. We do a tug test. Maybe it works. Maybe it doesn't. What will happen is you take off and that trailer end up coming out. All right. And more times than not, if you're in a loaded trailer, that landing gear is going to fold. It'll bust the bottom rail and it's a catastrophic deal. So just real quick, before you hook up to a trailer, if you have snow or ice, let's try and get it off of there. Make sure we have a good amount of lube on there. We don't want an excess amount of lube on there for the fifth wheel, but a good amount of lubrication. No ice and no snow. I'll keep you safe this winter. But also, just make sure you guys are doing your tug test. Make sure you're getting under the trailer, making sure you're looking at the jaw of the fifth wheel. You want to see that locking pin come all the way across. So you're not actually seeing the kingpin. You're seeing the jaw of the fifth wheel come across. And it's completely closed across the back of the fifth wheel. So we've got some cool videos on that. Hop on our page. You can see those from the Prime app. Go to My Prime. Go to maintenance videos. There's all sorts of cool stuff on there. We also talk about some items to keep on your truck for this winter. Things you want to keep for safety. Things you want to keep for your personal care and well-being. So there's a lot of different stuff when we start thinking about, okay, what do I need for my truck? What do I need for me? Hat, clothes, boots, jacket. For the truck, we need anti-gel. We need tire chains. We're going to need some diesel 911. So Sam kind of covered the stuff to keep the fuel from gelling. There's a red bottle with a black cap says 911 across it. That is an emergency situation. So what that's going to do is that's going to help bring your fuel from a gel back to a liquid. So maybe we do treat our fuel. Maybe we don't get enough treatment in there. Maybe we have a biodiesel blend that we picked up down in the south, and maybe we didn't get enough treatment in there. There's a lot of factors that play into how cold your fuel is going to freeze. Or gel, sorry. But anyways, keeping that bottle of 911 or multiple bottles, really, I would keep 3 or 4 on there. I keep a couple in my own truck just for safety purposes. But if you do gel up, you want to have something that'll bring that back to a liquid state. So if your truck starts sputtering, your APU shuts down for no reason, you have plenty of fuel, get with Road Assist, talk to them about it. They're most likely going to encourage you to dump some of that fuel treatment in your fuel tanks and let that start working its way through. Eventually, it'll get through your fuel system and allow everything to thaw out. We'll get the truck started again, and you'll be good to go. So just a couple things, though, guys. As we do get into this weather and we have people breaking down, we have other things going on. Road Assist gets super busy. So I want to encourage you guys, make sure we're trying to use the Qualcomm as much as we can. If we get a big amount of phone calls, it can really back things up. So if you're safe, you're in a good spot, try and use your Qualcomms. Don't hesitate to call in, though, for those emergency situations. But just know that these guys are really busy this weekend. They have a lot going on with the holidays, especially with this weather coming in. They're going to need a lot of help and assistance. So do what you guys can to help them out. Don't hesitate to reach out. They're there for your help. But really, that's all I've got. So I'll open it up to any questions if anybody has anything for us about maintenance, truck care, anything in general.
Tyler, I think you're going to get off a little bit easy today.
No kidding, man. Dennis, I got a question for you. What's your favorite Christmas carol?
Oh, Silent Night by the Temptations. I'm going to be singing it all day today. So,
okay, all
start
right.
up here, right? They say be careful who you put the mic in their hands. So, but thank you, Tyler. So, I saw Tyler last week and told him Merry Christmas. But Merry Christmas to you and your wife and your entire family, and thank you for being there with us this morning.
Thank you, guys. Happy holidays to everyone. Steve, thank you so much. You've always been a big help for everybody. I remember working in Road Assist back when we were still in the old plaza, the Urbana building now, and Steve was running the logs department at the time. And man, any questions we had, any assistance he could be, Steve's always a guy that went above and beyond. And like everybody's kind of said, Steve is a true example of the Prime culture and the family here that we all represent. We're all proud to be a part of. So Steve, congratulations on your retirement. I wish you the absolute best and look forward to seeing you down the road someday.
All right. Thank you, Tyler. All right. Hey, so a few weeks ago, we had a fantastic panel of associates up here that talked about kind of what the economic climate was and kind of what Prime's deal was going to be for, the holiday. So we're going to ask Jim Guthrie to kind of come up and just give us a brief update on where we are and just revisit just for a few seconds about that truck that they're going to let me win here in a couple of weeks.
Oh, yeah, Dennis, you want to get that truck, don't you? Yeah. Well, good morning, everybody. My name is Jim Guthrie. I work in the reefer division. I want to talk a little bit about, about the freight. First off, I wish everybody Merry Christmas. See a few people in here, and I know there's some out working, and we really appreciate everybody. Whether you're out working or whether you're at home with family, it's a really important time of the year. So, every year it's a little dicey as to how much freight there's going to be, how many trucks are going to be out running. This year is a little bit different because we're blessed with a bomb cyclone, as the media calls it, that started on the western side of the country and is moving across all the way to the northeastern side of the country. So, I'd say that maybe a lot of shippers didn't recognize how tight capacity might be anyway, but then adding in this weather event that has disrupted a lot of different facilities, obviously a lot of traffic patterns for at least 24, 48 hours, is going to have reverberations for several days. So we knew we were going to have a big need, particularly next week already. You go to a store right now and you see a lot of shelves probably empty. So there's going to be a lot of demand for freight. But I'd say now, after this winter weather event and the timing of it hitting right before the holiday weekend, that need has escalated, exponentially. So, as has happened many times in the past several years, I think truckers are going to be called on to help. There's going to be a big demand out there for replenishing stock and shelves and, getting product to the stores, through next week and through the holidays. So that demand has increased. So we're asking everybody that can help, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday of next week, particularly. We need a lot of help. And so anybody that can help, we appreciate that very much. If you can, we'll work out everything we can do to work hard to get you back to home. If you want to go back home for next weekend, if you're, whatever your plans, whatever may fit into your plans, if we can get an extra day or two or an extra load or two, we tremendously appreciate that. And then, in addition to that, I want to highlight our holiday raffle that will be starting today with everybody that's available today through, I think, January the 2nd. And, that's every day that you're available or dispatched on a load, that enters you into, the drawing that we plan to have on January the 13th here. It's going to be a big drawing with a big pool of all the entries, and Robert's going to draw out the winners. And, that enters you into that drawing every day that you're available or dispatched. And, we've got the 3 pickup trucks that we've been talking about. I think Mitch might have some video of those. We've got lots of cash prizes, some forgiven lease payments. It's going to be real exciting. There's lots of opportunity here. So, it's a good way to get a really good shot. A lot better than any kind of lottery. The odds are way better. So, give it a shot. See if you get lucky at the end. Brian, do you have the app? Okay, Brian, also, well, let me wait for Mitch. Okay, Brian's got it first. So you're going to show on the app. Brian and Rodney, we really appreciate them working really hard the last couple weeks here to get the app set up so you can see when you get entered and whether or not you're entered, for each day that you're available, so that you'll be able to see on your app. And so she's showing you here, like it tells you when you pull up, and where is this on the app that you pull it up? Okay, there it goes. Yeah, the big red line there, Reefer Holiday Raffle. Click on that, and it's going to pull up and tell you your eligibility for each day. If you have any questions about it, we're going to let your fleet managers know. But that way you can see whether or not you're available. If there's any kind of error, we'll make sure that gets resolved. And then at the end of that, Rodney's got it set up to print out, and then we'll have a big raffle up here, and this is going to be exciting. So That's all I've got this morning. Just again, I want to tell you that we really appreciate all of our drivers out there. You know, safety is number one. Here's the truck video. Go ahead. And I'm telling you, Dennis, that four-wheel drive coming real handy right about now, you know.
I'm
With the
speaking it
snow.
into existence. The one in the middle, the red one, is already mine.
Okay. Okay. Well, again, you know, we appreciate what you all do. Safety's number one. Please be safe out there. And I tell you again, you know, our customers are really expecting a lot of us. You know, Prime's always kind of the go-to carrier. So everything we can do next week is going to help us in the first quarter. And we, again, really appreciate what you do, but implore you to see what you can do to get an extra load or two in. And we appreciate that very much. And I'm not going to, I have to say something about Steve. You know, there's been a lot said and all of it true. I would say that Steve Field for a long time has been a mentor to very many of us here, all of us here. You know, really a leader that we all look to for, you know, advice and you know, giving us opinions on a lot of different things, has a wealth of experience. We're going to miss you very much. Hate to lose you, but very excited for you. And hopefully we'll see you down the road. But I think what you've done for this company is so impressive over the years. And that's going to be felt long after you're gone. And you know, we appreciate you very much, Steve. So thank you for that. I appreciate what everybody does. Thank you. Oh, sorry.
You know,
Got it.
Jim mentioned that safety's number one. You know, and we got a special guest from Steve Field here today, but we also have another special guest that's been out on the road a long time. So Ken, I'm gonna ask you to come on up. And I'm gonna ask your old fleet manager from way back, Jamie Eli, to come on up.
Come on up.
Come
Ken.
on
Merry
up.
Christmas,
Come on up.
everybody.
You know, I talked to Ken a little bit earlier. You know, he used to live in Elgin, South Carolina, right?
Yep.
Right. And Ken, tell us how old you are. Come on and come to the middle so the folks can see you.
All right, we got one red light now, so y'all don't laugh at me too much.
That's all right. That's all right. Now, Ken, I don't want you to slide too far back because you're going to fall on the Santa's lap if you do. All right.
You safety, man.
I'm going to try. So, you know, Jamie is one of our reefer operations supervisors, but before he got promoted, he you know, you trained him, didn't you?
Well, I thought we trained both each other.
What that thing?
Both of us.
Can you remember when you came to my fleet? What year was that?
God, 96, 97?
99.
99.
And I think
I
you
had
had
Pat
that.
Leonard for a while,
You
and I
did.
had
You
a
had
couple
Pat
more that
Leonard.
didn't make it. But,
You actually had 5 fleet managers before you came to my
Yeah,
fleet
and
in
then-
99, and I dispatched you for 15 years.
but the worst one I ever had was Pat Leonard. He run, I didn't got no hind end now from them days. I got a gut, but I ain't got no hind end.
You had a problem with Ken, with Pat?
No, I love him to death. We still talk. Even though he's retired, we still talk.
Did he take you fishing once in a while?
No, I ain't gonna put it down.
No.
I'm into the other stuff. He's into the fishing. I like my deer hunting and waterfowling. I do a little fishing, not the kind of fishing he does. I like eating them. So I like brim and crab.
Now, Ken, you're not here because you're retiring. Tell us why you're here.
Well, from what I understand, I'm getting a reward
For
for being a safety person and 3 million miles. And,
3
3 million
million miles. Let's give Ken a round of applause. What an awesome accomplishment. And you just don't do that overnight. You know, this gentleman over here was asking a few questions. This is Robert Lowe and this is Steve Wucky here. And I think Robert has a little bit of a check for you.
Yes, sir.
And you mentioned a reward. I've got it right here.
Yes, sir.
Well deserved. I don't think this mic's working, is it? That doesn't matter. I'll find one here. There we go. Anyway, Kenny, here's your reward. You deserve it and a hell of a lot more.
It's been a pleasure to work with you and see you around here and have you deliver our freight, our customers' freight on time and safely all the time. So you're special and we love you to death.
Yes, sir. Thank you. Thank y'all very much. Get a little teary eye when you get older, because this family here has took care of me. I came here with Prime with experience, but that's when nobody could pass our ass back in the day. It's a different ball game now, but I'm just an old redneck country boy from South Carolina.
Yeah, Kenny, you mentioned Pat, and of course, I know you still stay in touch with him. I was texting him, telling him that you're in here this morning, and he said that you trained him up pretty good. Like it wasn't about him training you; it was the other way, right?
Yeah, I believe so. We all work together. Everybody's been, with me, or we're together, or whatever. We made it. Well, we butted heads. Who don't?
Here's kind of interesting statement. You said you're here to get your reward, not your award. Right. There's a world of difference between reward and award. Yeah. And you knew why you was here, right?
Yep.
You knew there's going to be a little Gitas in there.
Well, I appreciate it. I earned it. I guarantee you.
Damn sure you did. You did.
I earned it.
And you'll probably say it's not nearly enough either.
No,
right?
Anything's given to me. I earned it. I mean, it's plenty enough. I make a good paycheck every week. I can buy me a hamburger when I want to. So it's a lot of people don't understand it. It might fly over your head, but there's a lot of people out there this day that can't buy no hamburger. I could buy me a hamburger.
Absolutely, absolutely. So before you get out of here, real quick, give these new folks one piece of advice.
Well, I tell you like it is: distance, speed, of course, and wiggle your wagon when you're in a lot of traffic. They'll stay away from you. That's always been my motto. You move it a little bit like this, they'd be awesome. That's what works for me.
Right on. Congratulations to you, Ken. We appreciate you being here. Yeah. Hopefully we can get you at least 1 million more out of you, right?
Yeah, my goals till I'm 78 years old. I'm gonna get my full before I retire.
All right. Well, congratulations.
I'm working on it now.
Good job, Ken.
All right, give him a round of applause.
Thank you. Thanks for every load you delivered. Appreciate you very much. So I hadn't heard that technique. Wiggle your wagon. I don't know. We might want to take that remark out. Wiggle your wagon.
We got a real talented team that can do some good editing deals here before we go. I want you two not to go too far. Keep your mics in your hand. I've got on red today, and the holiday season is always a special season, for everybody here at Prime and everybody here, in this country. But there's a group of folks that are not at home with their families. They're out, defending our country versus enemies, both foreign and domestic. We wear red on Fridays here in the safety department. We remember everyone deployed, and every safety meeting, we try to have a veteran up here to come and talk about their experience as a soldier, but also talk about a little bit about their experience here at Prime. So I'm gonna look around the room. I know we got some veterans here, but I'm gonna ask the veteran of the day, Mr. Field, to come on back up here.
How you doing, Steve?
Hey, I'm Dennis Davis. Tell me where you're from.
I don't have to worry, Dennis, because I'll just say one thing and you'll take over. I'll just be standing here like a mute.
Absolutely, absolutely. So tell us about your military service.
Yeah, I wasn't a soldier. I was a Marine, as was Robert. Steve was a soldier. That's cool. That's cool.
That hurt.
I was real lucky to get to be in the Marine Corps. I was a supply officer, and it really, I kind of thought I didn't want to go overseas, so I was kind of hanging around in Camp Lejeune, and finally I got sent over there. And the weirdest thing was, and I was traveling around and met the lady that would become my wife. So it was probably a good thing that I did get to go overseas. And the Marine Corps, it's a family as well. It's a good group of men and women, and you get close to them. And I didn't ever think that I'd find anything to beat that. But after 26 years at Prime, You know, the Marine Corps has got nothing on Prime when it comes to camaraderie and friendship and looking out for folks. And, you know, I'm honored that I got to serve, but, you know, I'm just as honored that I got to serve here at Prime. So I think what Dennis would like me to do is ask all our veterans today that if you serve, would you go ahead and stand so we could recognize you this morning for your service to our country?
Thank you.
Semper Fi.
So before you go, you know, they say never take over for a legend. And you know, Steve talked about me taking over here at 5 o'clock p.m. And that's exactly, you know, the challenge that I have ahead of me. But today it's not about me. Today it's your day. And of course, you know, you've been doing this Friday morning meeting probably since the beginning. You were the guy back when, you know, we were doing this via tape that we're literally hitting the play and the record at the same time. Some of you young folks don't even know what I'm talking about. Hitting the play and the record at the same time.
On the cassettes.
On a cassette, recording Don Lacey back over there in the old, well, what's the break room now where the vending machines are, but that was the old cafeteria way back in the day on Saturdays.
One Saturday a month, we would come in and do that.
Good. And now the legacy has grown. We do it 52 Friday mornings a year. We're live on 3 different platforms. We're live at each of our locations. We've got customers watching. We've got prospective drivers watching. We've got current drivers watching. We've got, you know, attorneys watching. We've got so many folks watching, and this is the legacy that you helped start. So before you get out of here, you know, we've put together a little bit of a special montage of some excellent, you know, highlights from your career here at Prime. Thanks to Mitch and Jamie in our marketing department. So let's hear the best of Steve Field.
Hi, everyone. This is Steve Field from the Prime Safety Department.
And it's really my one opportunity a year to be able to look folks in the eye and just remind everyone just how important safety is to our company. It's critical that we remain safe. And I'll tell you, everyone in this room, and I mean everyone, is doing a fantastic job with their contribution towards making us as safe as possible. Every minute of every day, our drivers that are on the road face peril out there. They face danger out there. They have an incredibly difficult profession, an incredibly dangerous profession, and it's the responsibility of all of us together to continue to support our drivers with every fiber in us. $1 million safe miles, 2 million safe miles, 3 million safe miles, or 4 million safe miles. You bring an incredible safety record to the table, but you also bring more than that. What you bring is what I would call loyalty to Prime. We have certainly done our best to be loyal to you, to be respectful of you, to give you the best equipment, the best technology, the best loads, the best pay that's possible out there. Congratulations on making your choice to enter the trucking industry. And one final time, please make every decision based on safety. Thank you.
Congratulations, Mr. Field, on your retirement. You know, so on behalf of your buddies over here in the safety department, we just appreciate your tutelage. We appreciate your friendship, and we hope that you enjoy, I was going to say vacation, enjoy retirement for a really, really long time. So, and I'm going to turn it over to Robert and Steve and let them close it on out for us.
Thank you, Dennis.
Thank you very much. Steve, congratulations once again.
Thanks, Steve. Appreciate it.
You know, the one thing I think we should recognize is we've talked a lot about our culture, and you new folks that are joining us. I hope you feel it. I hope you understand it. But people like Steve help build that. His legacy is the culture that he has bought into and sharing it and training the new people coming in and explaining exactly what our culture is about. We're really blessed in that way. And just a couple of things about safety. We're all in it. Everybody here is in safety. Everybody out there driving is in safety. And everybody in here is in sales. And everybody out there driving is in sales. Safety first. We always want to operate in a safe and professional manner. And our customers will appreciate it. Again, those of you that have chosen to work through the holidays, we really appreciate it. Our customers need us now. A lot of people are going home. Our competitors are going home. It seems like we always kind of rise to the top when our customers need us. So I'd like to thank everybody that has figured out a way to handle a load or two over the holidays. I want to thank you very much. Our customers appreciate it very much, but do it safely. Safety is our highest calling. Talking about business, there's plenty of freight out there between now and the first week in January. So if you go out there, we'll have plenty for you to do. Don't worry about that. Just do it safely. Thank you all very much. The guy that really started our culture, Robert Lowe, who started our company 42 years ago. How's that? Is that pretty good?
It's only 10 years short.
No, but 52, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. I was thinking about myself. Sorry about that. Anyway, 52 years.
Steve, I've been here 41 years. I don't know if he's going to make 42, but he's been
Merry
around
Christmas to you anyway.
Merry Christmas
And to all of you. Thank you.
Absolutely. Thank you, Steve. A lot has been said about Steve Field and all that very well deserved and very well expressed. So, I join the others in our thank you and appreciation for what you've done. There's a very important and profound part of what Steve does. And what is it? He saves lives. He saves lives. He saves our drivers' lives. He saves the motoring public's lives, because that safety culture, if you don't have it, it can result in catastrophic accidents out there. So what's any more important than saving somebody's life? That's pretty profound. And Steve, I thank you for that. It's important work. And even though you're leaving us, we talked about the mentoring and the inspiration that he leaves behind with a lot of folks here. So, that will continue. That is very important and will last a long time. And I think for generations of folks here at Prime, that inspiration and that, that will continue. So thank you for that, Steve. Christmas time, folks, it's good to see you. You probably would much rather be at home today than here. And I just want you to know that we really do appreciate you being here, and our customers appreciate you. There's a lot of freight to move, during the holidays, and there's precious few available to move it. But you all are making sacrifice. You can come on through here. Hey, this is an informal deal. Come on. I may give you this mic and let you talk for a while too. So they appreciate it, and then we appreciate you. So I'll say it again. Merry Christmas. God bless each of you, and be safe out there. Thank you, Steve Field.
Yeah. Good job on your video.